What's up, YouTube? Before I get this video started, I want to give a big shout out to Advanced Auto Parts and AutoZone for the quality tools and advice. I thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for everything you do. All right, let's get this started. First thing first, you got two patients here. One being my Dodge Ram, which is messy on the inside, but these are the two parts I'm going to be installing today. First, I have my AC switch that's going on my Dodge Ram. You got the part number here on the video. So that's one part I'll be installing. And the other part I'll be installing is four already gapped spark plugs on my Dodge Avenger 2010 RT. So here is the spark plugs I'll be installing. So let me go get it started. Avenger, there's this dust cover I take off first. I'm doing all this with one hand, so forgive me. I got the tools already ready for the install. So this it's a T30 bit for the spark plugs. First, I'm taking off these force T30 screws for the spark plug dust covers. You can name what you want. I name them dust covers. So I'm taking these T30 screws out first. At the moment, I'm just going to put them right here. And when you take these spark plug covers off, when you take them off, you can actually, you don't have to put the actual covers in a certain order, because they all just do the same job. But before you get these taken off the car, before you take the actual covers off, you want to disconnect the wires, and the wires are pretty much already in place, so you don't have to remember where they go because they're already in place. But you do want to disconnect them from the boots. Alright, once you disconnect them from the boots, the spark plug boots, just take the boots off out of each port where the spark plugs go. Make that nice suction sound, letting you know that it's off the spark plugs. So this is what it looks like before you get the job started. Got a little piece of plastic kind in there. So all you need now is the actual spark plug socket. It's a deep socket. You want to make sure that the rubber down in the socket is in good shapes, because you don't want it to get stuck down in the spark plug port, or pretty much get lost down in there. So this is actually a good piece of rubber on the spark plug socket, and I have my extension just to go down into the holes there. And I'm doing a little test fitment there. And I pushed it down onto the spark plug top there. So I'm actually getting started with the removal of the first spark plug. I'm doing this with one hand, which is not as safe as guiding the extension, but it's working. You see the rubber is still there. So moving on to number two. Got it loose there. All right. You see how the socket came off. All right, make sure the rubber's still there. It is. All right, number three. All right. got stuck once more. All right, and let's move on to number 4. And the rubber is still in good shape there. So I'm gonna take the spark plugs out and I'll get back to you. So I have spark plug number 1 ready to go into the first port, which is taken out. So this spark plug is gapped at at 4 degrees. So as you can see, the shape of the old spark plug, meaning it was time to take that out. It was stalling, and the car just wasn't sounding good. So this spark plug is ready to go in, and I'll do all the other 3 the same way. You see it sticking onto the socket pretty good, so it's ready to go. So I'm just going to put it into the first port, get it started. Get the socket on there. All right, get the wrench and the ratchet started. Get a nice little, get it like nice and snug there, not too tight because you don't want it to break off or do anything it shouldn't do. And you see the rubber still in there. All right, so I just move on to number 2 and take that one out and keep on going with the other 3. All right, see you in a sec. Okay, so all I did was everything in reverse. Got all the boots back on top of the spark plugs. And now the cover is ready to go back on top of the engine. So all the spark plugs are back in place. Everything's tied up on the car. All right, so let's move on to the truck. On the truck, all I'll need is this pair of pliers. This is just an old pair of channel lock pliers. And this is the actual switch that I'm replacing on the truck. So the AC switch had been malfunctioning for a while. I would turn the truck on and I would turn on the AC from inside the truck. It just wouldn't come on. Then at times I would turn it on. After about 2 minutes or 3 minutes, it would just pop on as the switch is in on position for the AC to just blow cold. So to have that problem fixed, I was told this switch would do the trick, and it was faulty wiring from what I saw, because I did put the tubing on the vacuum hose for the AC, and it was going into the vents just fine. So that was not the problem. So what I'm going to do is go over here to the AC switch. Go ahead and take that off and put the new part on. So first thing I'll do is disconnect the wire from the old switch. And I'll use my channel locks. Take out the old part. Alright, it's loose enough I can do the rest by hand. Made a little pop noise there because it had a little pressure on this back part. What you see in here is like a tire, like the valve stem has a little pressure on that, just like it would on the tire. So the AC is sealed with that part, and this is the release switch into the electrical system. Well, the electrical system controls the release of the Freon into the vehicle from this whole AC system. So I'm just going to go ahead and add the new part on. Alright, go ahead and tighten a little bit with the channel locks. Not too tight because this part is basically on a plastic housing. Not too tight. Tightened up to work. Now I'll put the wiring back on the new part. That click lets me know that everything's in place and good to go. I'll just go ahead and give first I'll give the car a crank, then I'll come back to the truck and I'll give it a crank and see if the AC works on the truck and see how the car sounds with the new spark plugs. So I'll see you in a sec. Gave it a crank and now it's running. It may sound quiet in the background for this video, but it's running. Have the AC on, so that's what the room light is. You can hear that. But the car is in great shape. It's not stuttering or sputtering like it was before. So now I'm going over to the truck. Give the AC a test. I have the shade in here, so I can give the sun a little break in here. Yep, that's the sound of my truck. Now I'm going to turn on the AC switch. Not the problem. Looks like I'll have to go get this AC system tested. And that part that I put on will just have to stay in place for now until I get the whole system diagnosed. So since I see the AC switch was not the fix, I will get back to you on what the problem was, or you can give me some suggestions and I'll get that fix in place. So that was a fail, but it was worth the shot. And I just want to thank you guys for coming out to see me do this install on both vehicles. And thank you. Subscribe and like this video and give me some comments, some ideas on what I could do next. All right, thank you. Have a great one.